Hi, thanks for joining me today for this edition of the Bell Video Blog. I am Eric Bjornstad with Bell Performance, and today I wanted to remind you that if you go to the Bell website, we have available a summer guide, or specifically the Bell Guide to Great Summer Road Trips, or the Guide to Making Your Summer Road Trips Great. And we wanted to put this together because we wanted to offer something to the public that had a lot of great information regarding ways to make your summer travels the best that they can be. Now, you would expect that we would look at things like automotive maintenance, things you can do to make your gas mileage the best, like, for example, your tire pressure. Before you leave on your trip, you want to check your tire tread, and you want to make sure that your tire pressure is at least at where the manufacturer's standards should be. And what we mean by that is you have a recommended tire pressure. If you look inside your door jamb, typically on the driver's side, it will tell you what your tire pressure should be. That's in contrast to the maximum tire pressure that's listed on the sidewall of your tire. Now, the general rule is that softer tires lower your gas mileage because you have more rubber in contact with the road. Firmer tires, if you inflate your tires too much, then you lose some of the handling ability of that tire. Either way, if you underinflate or overinflate, you're going to have excessive wear on that tire, whether it's in the middle of the tire, if it's overinflated, or on the edges if it's underinflated, because the tire is going to be sunk down and those edges are going to be contacting the road, and you'll get some wear on the sidewall. Before you leave, you definitely want to check your air conditioning system. Now, summer road trip air conditioning is supposed to be, pretty much a given, but the air conditioning belt, an AC system does not just work by itself. The AC belt also helps power other things in the car, like your water pump and your alternator. So if your AC belt has never been checked, if it's about to give out, and it does while you're on the road, well, then you've got bigger problems than just being hot in the car, because your alternator and your water pump may not work, and then you really cannot go anywhere. One of the things we talk about in the guide is emergency things to bring along to be prepared. Now, we have heard about how you're supposed to pack an emergency kit, an emergency first aid kit, things like that. But there are a few things that the typical person, the typical road tripping family may not think to bring along, like duct tape. Duct tape, the old adage about being able to fix anything with duct tape. Well, hey, that's good enough reason in and of itself to bring it along on your trip. What about something as simple as a coat hanger? Coat hanger, you can throw 100 coat hangers in your trunk. They don't take up any space. And a coat hanger is the kind of thing where you never know how much you would need it until you actually do need it. For example, let's take a crazy scenario. Let's say something really unexpected happens, like your muffler falls off. The linkage breaks, wears out. It's dragging on the road. Well, if you have a coat hanger, you could take it. You could basically tie it back in place, until you were at a place where you could get it replaced. What about a full-size spare tire? This is one that not a lot of people think to bring. After all cars come with these donuts. And a donut will get you from point A to point B. How quickly and how well it will get you there is another matter, because donuts are only designed to be driven short distances at lower speeds. So let's say you're scheduled, like we all are, you have a road trip and you're scheduled to be here on this day and here on this day and then here on the next day. And boom, right in the middle of it, you get a blowout and you only have a donut. Well, you going to be able to keep to your schedule? Probably not. And then how does that affect the whole rest of your trip? So it is a good idea to go ahead and spring for an actual full-size spare tire, because when you need it, you will be glad that you had it. What about coolant? An extra quart of coolant in there, some Prestone. If you have a coolant leak, that is something that you are going to need. So that would be recommended to bring with you. What about oil? Take 2 quarts of oil, put it in your trunk. Again, if you have some kind of leak, oil is something that you are going to need. So, and the last thing, another something that you would have thought to bring 10, 15 years ago, but now I can guarantee nobody thinks to bring this, is what about a real paper map or paper atlas? Now, we all have smartphones. This is my new Samsung Galaxy 4. It has a very excellent maps feature on it. Gets you almost anywhere you need to go. But what happens if you're out in the middle somewhere where you don't have cell service, and that your phone is the only thing you're relying on for maps? We know how frustrating that could be. Don't let yourself fall victim to that. Go ahead. Go to Barnes & Noble or get on Amazon.com, spend $10, buy yourself an actual atlas so that you won't be a prisoner to your cell reception. So those are a few things that we talked about in this Bell Guide to Great Summer Road Trips. It's available free at the Bell website. I would encourage you to go and download your free copy. It's just something we put together for you. We hope you like it. So thanks anyway for joining me today for this edition of the Bell Video Blog. Again, we have the 2 excellent websites, www.bellperformance.com and www.wefixfuel.com. Hope you'll check them out. I am Eric Bjornstad with Bell Performance, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.